Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. So we are in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter we already covered, and before that we covered the whole of the foundational slides. How all the four yugas are there. Then each yuga, like what is the way to reach Lord. So all those things we already covered, and we have covered like how Vishnus are coming from Krishna, and whole of like a universe being created, and what are the five topics of Bhagavad Gita, that also we have seen. Then we have seen like how Krishna is different from Vishnu. Um then we are just we entered into the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it is called as observing the armies in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So where Pandavas and Kauravas are like assembled, and Sanjay is explaining to Dhritarashtra. So this was we have seen, and Arjuna was confused. Like all the uh, both the side of like okay army being explained by first like a Duryodhana, then Arjuna is explaining. Then how they assembled, how all the five Pandavas, like okay, their Shankas and Krishna's Sanka name is been explained. Okay, then during that time, like they were blowing the Sanka, the tremulous sound was coming, which was giving very toughness or like a fear in the hearts of Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana. All these things we have seen. Then uh, Arjuna is saying, okay, Krishna to draw the chariot like in the midst of the army, and he wants to see like a who and all came to fight because and he's giving like a five reasons to not to fight. So can anyone say like what are those five reasons?
They are their brothers, like, and he don't want to fight with their brothers, and
Okay. So basically, he's saying like he's feeling the compassion on the
yeah,
bodily platform. Okay, the compassion.
that's right.
Then he is fearing like the family tradition will be vanquished. These are the
Destruction of a
five
family
reasons.
member,
Yeah, saintliness, like a fear of sinful reaction, then destruction
then
of family
sinful
tradition,
reaction.
like a then enjoyment, whatever he's thinking. Okay, the enjoyment he's going to get, he thinks okay that would be the reason for like him not fighting. Then indecision also, he's unable to take like any decision also for that reason. Like okay, he's unable to fight. He's saying, and he's surrendering to Krishna. Okay. Uh, so then Krishna listening all these things like very carefully. Then he's going to respond in the second chapter. The second chapter, the name of the chapter is like a contents of the Gita summarized. Okay. So here Krishna is going to talk about the karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, dhyana yoga, everything. So in this, the Karpanya 2.7, which is a very important sloka, Karpanya dosha bhagata subhavaga, prachami tom dharma samuda jetasa, yashreyasya nishchidam bruhidanme, sisyaste agam sadi mam tuam prapannam. Okay. So in that, since Arjuna is surrendering to Krishna as a disciple, so Krishna starts speaking the first. He's speaking about the Jnana Yoga. He's saying, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul, and you should not lament. Okay, there is no death to the body. So all these things, like he's speaking and he's giving the instructions to Arjuna. So we have seen like till 38th sloka. So till 30th sloka, he was explaining about the whole of what to say, the difference between body and soul. He's saying like we are not the body, we are the soul. Uh, so He's giving 30 characteristics of the soul. So this is what we have seen already. 30 characteristics of the soul. By just explaining all these things, like he is explaining the Jnana Yoga. Okay. Then in the from the 31 to 38, he is talking about Karma Yoga. He's influencing. Okay, Krishna is influencing Arjuna because Arjuna given that 5 reasons, correct? He is saying like those 5 reasons are not correct. Which is not making sense at all. So you have to get up and fight. Okay. First, he is influencing with the Jnana Yoga by talking about the difference between body and soul. Then from 31st to 38, he is talking about the Karma Yoga. Via the Karma Yoga, like he is influencing him. These are the 30 characteristics of the soul. It is imperishable, immeasurable, immutable, primeval, everlasting, present everywhere. So please go through. These slides are with you. So please go through and get yourself updated with this 30 characteristics, which is very important. So then in the 31 to 38th sloka, he is saying, for a great Kshatriya, the best thing is like a fight and a die. If you die, you will get a heavenly kingdom. If you fight and win, you will get the kingdom over here. Anyway, you are not going to lose anything. So please, please stand up and fight. Okay, that is what he is influencing Arjuna to fight. Okay, in the karma kanda. First, you do your duty. Like okay, you will get the benefit. So that is what he is telling about 31 to 38th sloka. So till 38 we have seen. So let us see from the 39 sloka. So from 39 to 41 and 47 to 51, uh, Krishna is talking about if Arjuna fights without being attached to the results of his fighting, he's talking about the Nishkama Karma Yoga. So first he's talking about Karma Kanda, which is you do your duty. He's not talking about, he's talking about the result. Okay. That result you only carry. Okay. Either you will get the heavenly kingdom if you die in the battle. If you win the battle, you will get the this material kingdom. So he's saying you do your duty. That is where the stress is. He's not talking about like okay the result. But here Krishna is saying, okay, you do your duty, you will get the result. That result you attach to me, like you surrender to me, so that you are not going to get the karma. So that is what Nishkama Karma Yoga. Okay, fight, but without any reaction. Because if we get a heavenly kingdom or like okay, earthly kingdom, he has to enjoy. For that, he has to take a birth again. So now Krishna is saying, like without any reaction, if you surrender those things to me, then you are not going to get reaction, so that like okay you stand up and fight. So we will see like a 39 to 41 and 47 to 51 also, like he's saying the same. Mind focused on Krishna and in full resolve, this fighting will bring no sinful reaction. So let us see from 39th sloka. Thirty-ninth sloka. So 39th sloka goes like this. ईसते अभिहित संख्ये बुद्धिर्योहेत्व इमं शृणु बुद्धिया युक्तो यया पार्थ कर्मबन्धं प्रहास्यसि. Thus far, I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. That analytical study is nothing but what is analytical study? We are not the body, we are the soul. That is the analytical study. Now listen as I explain it in terms of working without fruitive results. Now he is going to talk about Nishkama Karma Yoga. O son of Pritha, when you act in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works. If we act in the Nishkama Karma Yoga, then we can free ourselves from the bondage of works. Okay. So that is what Arjuna going to be taught by Krishna. Okay, it's a very big purport. Okay, we will take time to read that one in the slides. That this is one of the very important sloka. 2.40. Neha vikrama pratyavayo na vidyade swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. Neha vikrama pratyavayo na vidyade swalpam apiyasya dharmasya. Swalpam. It is very little. Api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. So what is saying? There is not in this yoga abhikrama, in this endeavor, nasa, which is no loss. Okay. Asti means asti pratyavayaha means a diminution. So in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution, and a little advancement on this path can protect one from the most dangerous type of fear. So this is one of the important sloka. Why? Because we often says whatever things you have it in the material life or material world, after we die, we cannot carry even a single rupee or single dirham, correct? We come nothing and we go empty handed also. Like we come with empty hand and we go with empty hand also. But whatever devotional service we are performing, we will carry forward to our next life also. What is the evidence for that particular thing? This sloka is the evidence. This sloka gives the confidence, even if you do a little devotional service, it is not going to be wasted in this life, and forever with our soul it will come. That is what explained in this sloka. Neha vikramanasosti pratyavayo na vidyade swalpam apiyasya dharmasya. Dharmasya means like, okay, which is the occupation duty. The prime occupation duty for us is like, okay, to do the devotion service. Trayate mahato bayat. It will remove the fear and it comes along with our soul. So that is very important. So this sloka you have to by heart, like, okay, please by heart this sloka. Very important sloka. Neha vikramana sosti pratyavayo na vidyade swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bayat. Okay, so important thing. Then next sloka we will see only till 41, 3 slokas only today, because the purport is very big and the slokas are very important sloka. This is also one of the other important sloka from second chapter. Definitely we need to by heart this 2.40 and 2.41. Vivasayatmika buddhiः रेकेख कुरुनन्दन बहुसाहा हि अनन्तश्च buddhayo avyavasayinam. This is one of the important sloka because Srila Prabhupada quoted this sloka in many references in the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. He quoted many times like this sloka. So Vivasaya Atmika, those who are in this path are resolute in purpose, and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. So what it does is, if we are fixed in our goal, which is our goal and the aim, which is to attain Krishna Prema, Krishna consciousness. Huh? Hmm. So those who are on this path are resolute in purpose. Okay, they are fixed in the devotion service, which is okay. They want to achieve Krishna Prema. Then their aim is one. That is good. Oh, beloved child of the Kurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute, who are not resolute, or who are not very strong in their determination, then they will be like as many branched. You see, in a tree, there are many branches and the roots also there. Like, okay, If you are fixed and you go in your resolution, like, okay, is a single path, then you can achieve the fruits of that particular tree. You are, if we are fixed in Krishna consciousness, we can achieve the result very easily. If we are many branched, okay, I need my family in terms of like a material things. I need my job in terms of material things. Okay. I need the money, wealth, and other things like in terms of material things. And I need fame. I need glory. I need etc. etc. Then we will not be resolute and Diya, Diya, patu. Then we will not be resolute and which will not get us back to Krishna. So that is very important thing to understand. So uh, what is a what is the learning for us in this particular sloka? We have to be resolute in Krishna consciousness. Whatever job we do, whatever task we do, be it like, okay, we are working in office or we are teaching our children, we are working the housework, okay, we are helping others. Every time Krishna has to be center. I am doing this job for Krishna. This was given by Krishna, and I am doing that like, okay, for Krishna. This has to be our motive all the time. Are you able to understand this two slokas? Very, very important sloka. The Neha Vikrama sloka teaching about how we do very little of devotion service. It will come along with our soul. We are not going to lose anything. But whatever fame, name, whatever money, wealth, health, everything like we have in this body, in this life, it is not going to come along with us after we die. But the devotion service, whatever we are performing, it comes after we die also. Like, okay, it comes along with the soul. Because if you have like a 10,000 rupees in your bank balance, after we die, in our next life we need to start from zero bank balance. But if we do like, okay, around 5% of the devotion service in this life, when we start our next life, when we start our next life, we will start with we will start with 5% in the devotional thing. Okay, so that is what very very important to understand. So that has to give. Hare Krishna, 1 second. Hare Krishna. Panle Mama. Hare Krishna. Sorry. So this is what we have to understand in terms of these two slokas. Okay, this Vivasaya Atmika Buddhi Hireke Kurunandana. Uh, Also, this is we have to fixed in our devotion service. We have to be very focused in our devotion service. Let us see the slides related to these two slokas. So 2.39 Krishna says, thus far as I have described this knowledge to you through analytical study. That is what the Sankhya philosophy, which is nothing but analytical study of body and spirit, which is uh, the body and the soul, matter and the spirit. Okay, matter is nothing but a body, spirit is nothing but a soul. The similar thing, it is about the analytical study of body and the soul. Okay, that is what he was explaining. Now I will explain in terms of like without any attachment, without any reaction, which is called Buddhi Yoga. Acting in such knowledge, you can free yourself from the bondage of works. Okay, so he's saying, okay, you do the work, but without any reaction. So that is what Nishkama Karma Yoga. This we have seen in 2.39. The 2.39, like hey, again, Lord is describing, is a little tough to understand. Let us not go into this particular thing. Uh, so meaning in terms of Sankhya and Sankhya Yoga is Sankhya which that explains like things in detail. That is what the meaning of Sankhya. That philosophy which describes the nature of the soul. Okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. That is what Sankhya philosophy. Okay, yoga involves controlling the senses. Okay, we have to. What is the meaning of yoga? What is the
Union.
meaning of yeah?
Union with God. Yeah.
You are
Union.
union with the Lord, like a linking oneself with the Lord.
Yeah,
Okay,
union with
not
God.
even yeah, linking oneself with the Lord. Okay, so that involves like a controlling senses. Basis of Arjuna's decision. Arjuna's decision was like a, on the sense gratification because he don't want to fight because of the compassion. He is fearing he will get the enjoyment and he is fearful of sinful reaction. All those things are there. Okay, but here uh, Arjuna's decision was it was like based upon the sense gratification as opposed to the conception of yoga, because yoga says okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. Sankhya Yoga says we are not the body, we are the soul. But Arjuna is fearing or worrying about like hey, the sense gratification. So he's saying like he even forgot his prime duty as a Kshatriya, he has to fight, but he's saying okay, I am ready to beg to keep myself rather than fighting my relatives. Okay, so that is not correct. The happiness like okay, conquering them and happiness by seeing kingsmen alive are both based on the personal sense gratification, because he's saying by killing them I'm not going to enjoy. That is on the sense gratification level. So Krishna addressed the issue based on the Sankhya philosophy. Krishna say okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. He says okay, soul can never be killed. He given all the characteristics of the soul. Then body is changed like a change of dress. Okay, if you are not killing them to protect the dharma, somebody else will kill. Okay, I will influence someone else so that they will be killed. Okay, so he's saying all these things. Then descriptive knowledge of soul and body from different angles of vision has been described here as a Sankhya. This is different from atheistic Sankhya. Like there is another Sankhya philosophy of impostor of like a Kapila Muni. But we don't need to get too much into it. We will say like a Sankhya philosophy is a analytical study of matter and spirit. Analytical study of like the difference between body and the soul. That's all. Krishna Sankhya in this text versus Lord Kapila Sankhya in this text. Buddhi Yoga mentioned here refers to the devotion service of the Lord. Okay. Then atheistic Sankhya philosophy, like it had no influence during that time. Atheistic Sankhya was explaining only like okay, uh, related to the uh, body and soul. That's all. Okay, because during that time it was needed. And real Sankhya philosophy is described by Lord Kapila in the Srimad Bhagavatam. But even that, Sankhya has nothing to do with the current topics. Because currently Krishna says, okay, you should not worry about the body, because your whatever you are saying, like it is related to the body, which is not correct. You we are soul, so soul can never be killed. That 30 characteristics. He's saying like a stand up and fight. Then Lord Krishna Sankhya, Kapila Sankhya as described in the Bhagavatam are one and the same. They are all Bhakti Yoga. Conclusion, Lord Krishna said, therefore, that only the less intelligent of a man make the distinction between Sankhya and Bhakti Yoga. Krishna says, okay, you are not going to kill anyone. To protect Dharma, Kshatriya has to fight. Please do the fighting. That's all he's saying. Then Krishna being accepted as a spiritual master by Arjuna. So Arjuna saying, okay, you influence, you just think about all these things, like then do the fighting. So fruitive work is like based upon if we do some work, we will get the result. But if we surrender that result to Krishna, then we are not going to get any karma. So that is what Krishna is stressing here. Okay, which is called as akarma. This karma, akarma, vikarma, all those things will be explained in detail in the third and fourth, third chapter mainly. Because now we are in which chapter?
Second.
Second chapter. What is the name of the second chapter? Contents of the Gita summarized. So we will get all the summary of all the slokas. Bhakti Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, everything we will see it here. Okay. So that is the reason we will see like a Buddhi Yoga, we will see Karma Yoga, we will see Jnana Yoga. The analytical study of body and matter, like okay, the soul and body. What yoga Krishna is talking over there?
Yoga.
Huh?
Sankhya Yoga. Sankhya Yoga.
Sankhya Yoga, or it is Jnana Yoga. He's talking like the philosophical aspect of it, correct? The Jnana Yoga. So he's saying, okay, do the work and don't expect the result, and that result is surrender to me, so that it will become a Nishkama Karma Yoga. So that knowledge is called as Buddhi Yoga. Okay. So that is what Krishna is revealing here to Arjuna. Okay. Understanding Srila Prabhupada's vision is direct process, like earlier, the gradual processes, like you get a knowledge by performing your duty, then understand you are a soul, then you submit everything to Supreme Soul, then surrender to lotus feet. Okay, this is the gradual process. Direct process, you accept Krishna as a Supreme Personality of Godhead and do everything to him, and gradually like you will get detached, because the other process you have to forcefully like detach. Okay, I have to do the duty, I have to remember, okay, I should not get the benefit, I need to surrender to Lord. But in devotional thing, we are doing everything for Krishna, so that by default like we are getting detached from the material world, and we will attain the lotus feet also. So it is how this is two are differentiated, like okay, from floor 1 to 100, if you want to travel, okay, we can go by steps, we can go by lift also, or we can go by elevator also, correct? Like okay, the escalator also we can go, the lift also we can go, and we can go by steps also. If we are doing it via karma yoga, if we are doing like our activity with karma kanda, then it is equal to like going by the steps, which will take little more time compared to the escalator or like a lift. If you are going via escalator, it is equal to like doing the jnana yoga. Okay, you get all the knowledge, then you surrender to Lord and you do the activity to the Lord. If you are traversing via the lift, it is equal to like, okay, doing the bhakti yoga. As we are surrendering to Krishna first, then do our action. Okay, then all the action reaction will not be coming to us. It will be given to Lord only. Like a Lord will take care of all those things. Are you able to understand these three things? Okay, one is from floor 1 to 100, going via steps, going via escalator, going via lift. Going via lift is like a very fast. Going via escalator will take little more time. Going via steps will take little more than the escalator time. So doing bhakti yoga is like a going by lift. Doing jnana yoga is like, okay, going by escalator.
Escalator.
Yeah, going via steps is equal to like, okay, doing the karma kanda.
Karma yoga.
Yeah. Okay. So that is very important to understand. Then here it has been said like, okay, jnana yoga, sankhya yoga. First, we have to understand, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. Then we will do all these things like in an inactive way. Then we have to renounce the work. But in Nishkama Buddhi Yoga, Nishkama Karma Yoga, we are surrendering to the Lord and doing that activity for the Lord, like okay, without any attachment. Doing that, gradually we will get detached. See, for example, now you both are not having, you both are like having many chances to work. Okay, many chances to do many other things, material things. But in spite of like being busy, you both like sacrificed all those things, and you are attending the Bhagavad Gita classes. So this is what the detachment comes automatically. Many others also supposed to join due to various unavoidable situation, like they are unable to join this week, but they will join like next week, so that you both are like okay, having very you got like the mercy of the Lord to attend this class. This will be recorded in your uh, uh, the devotional account, so that like okay, whatever you are hearing, we will be able to gain a little bit of knowledge, by which like okay, we can do a lot of good things to others, to our soul mainly. Okay, that is what the Nishkama Karma Yoga, Buddhi Yoga. In this 2.40, as I mentioned, in this endeavor, there is no loss or diminution. A little advancement on this path, like, okay, will protect anyone from the most dangerous type of fear. That is what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Characteristics of Buddhi Yoga, there is no loss or diminution. A little advancement on this path, like it can protect anyone from the greatest type of fear. Highest transcendental quality of work, like, okay, activity in Krishna consciousness. Because for the benefit of Krishna, and without expectation of sense gratification, because we don't do any sense gratification. No loss of yeah. So the activity in Krishna consciousness for the benefit of Krishna, we have to do all these things. Okay, there is no diminution or like a loss, because Buddhi Yoga has a permanent effect. Okay, Ajamila's life episode. Do you know like what is the life story of Ajamila in the mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam?
No, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu, you know?
I know little
Ajamila.
bit.
Okay, fine. Let me tell you. Ajamila was a great Brahmin. Okay, Brahminic. He comes from a Brahminic family. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. There's a very Ajamila Charitram. Ajamila story is a pastime, is a very important pastime, which gives us the confidence to do the devotional service. Okay, so Ajamila was a great Brahmana. Okay, he comes from a Brahminical family. So while he was young, around 18 or like a 20 age, he already got married, and he went to pluck the flowers in the garden. So in that garden, like he sees one man and woman uniting. in a very bad manner. So then he just saw that Ajamila saw that particular incident, and his mind and his thoughts are like getting contaminated. He gets attracted to that man and woman uniting, and he got like so much sense gratification, and he goes to the prostitute. Okay, he keep on going to the prostitute, and he is contaminating himself like to the worst of the thing, and he marries many prostitute, and he gets like many children. You just see like at the age of 76 or 78, he got a new child also. So then you see like how much he was engaged in the sense gratification. He was very much contaminated. He got like so many wives, and by his previous deeds. Okay, since he comes from the Brahminic family also, he just happened to name one of his last child as Narayana. Okay, so he named his child as Narayana, and he then like okay, he is getting a lot of his health is like unwell, and he gets like a lot of disease, and he was about to die in that bedridden state, while his life is going to be ending at the time. The last moment, he is very thirsty. He's very thirsty, and he is calling out his son Narayana to bring some water. So Ajamila is calling his son Narayana to bring some water. Then immediately, like he dies, he passed away. Okay. Now, after we, yeah, okay, after we die, we will our karmic thing like will be calculated. Our karma's summary, whether we have to go to heaven or hell, or like okay, where we have to go. So that will be calculated. So since Ajamila committed so many of the sins, so many since he committed, all the Yamadutas are there like okay to take him to the Yamaloka. Then immediately to their surprise, they are seeing like a Vishnu Dutas on the side. Vishnu Dutas are saying no, Ajamila has to be taken to the Vishnu Loka. Then Yamadudas are like a very much confused. How is it possible? Because they are seeing the history of Ajamila, where he has done all the sins like okay mentioned in the Shastra and Puranas, like which should not be committed. He committed all those things. He gone to many prostitute. He was not doing his occupational duty as a Brahmana. He was committing various sins like okay. So then Yamadudas are very confused. Okay. Then Vishnu Dudas are saying no. He recited the name of Narayana while passing away. So we know the sloka, correct? Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalaivaram yaprayadi samadbhavam yadinasya atra samsiga yam vapi smaran bhavam tvachajayande kalaivaram tam evaiti kaunteya sadabhava. So whatever state we are thinking while we pass away, okay, if we remember the Lord, we will go to Lord. If we remember any the TV or like a car or any animal, we will go we will take the birth as okay, that animal or like okay, related to that animal. For example, you all know like a Bharata Maharaj also, because Bharata Maharaj like he went to forest to perform a devotion service, but he was attached to a deer, and while passing away like he was thinking about the deer. So next janma he comes as a deer. Okay, the similar way Ajamila recited Narayana, but that Narayana is like a, not the Lord's name. Narayana, he was asking his son only. The Vishnu Dutas are saying, no, he is recited Narayana. The Lord's name doesn't distinguish, like, okay, doesn't differentiate. Though he didn't call Lord Narayana the Lord Narayana. He called his son only, but the Lord doesn't differentiate like, okay, the Narayana, the son, the Narayana, the Lord. He always like, okay, take it as, okay, my devotee is calling me. So what is this? Then immediately like Yamadutas are confused and they are going to Yamaloka and they are approaching his master, their master, Yama. They are asking, okay, is it true that one time recitation of Narayana, like, okay, they will get this much punya? So whom I need to bring, whom we have to bring to the Yamaloka? Then Yamaraj is saying, please bring the one who is not reciting the holy name at least once in their life. Okay, so who doesn't recite their Lord's holy name, please bring only to them to this Yamaloka. All others are have to go to the Vishnu Loka. So that is the power of the holy name. That is the reason like this yuga is called as, this is the power of the holy name, which gives us confidence. Okay, even if he recites the name unconsciously, unwillingly, he just didn't have that purpose like to call the Lord, but he called his son only. But still that Narayana, that effect of that name given him the benediction to go back to the spiritual world. So this charitra has to be remembered all the time. If we do that like unwillingly, he gets that much benefit. If we do willingly, if we do voluntarily, if we do like consciously, how much benefit we will get it. Okay, that is the power of the story. Hare Krishna. You are able to understand, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu, completely.
Yeah. So that is the power of Ajamila Charitra. Okay. Then it saves from one from the great danger. Okay. Buddhi Yoga provides at least surety of human birth and higher elevation in the next life. This is the unique quality of work in Krishna consciousness. Okay, we have to remember that. Then in the 2.41 sloka, those who are in this path are resolute in purpose. Their aim is like a fixed and one. The intelligence of those who are irresolute is like a many branched. So we have to be resolute in our Krishna consciousness. We have to be determined to perform the devotion service. Okay. So in the 41 sloka, the characteristic of Buddhi Yoga is we have to resolute our determination in Buddhi Yoga, Krishna consciousness. Intelligence of those who are irresolute is like a many branched. Definition of faith, a strong faith, like, okay, that Vivasaya Atmika Buddhi, okay, even whatever happened to me, like, okay, whether I am very happy or I am very sad, I am so much having wealth or I don't have any wealth, but still my Krishna consciousness has to be very, very determined. It has to be like, okay, very, very proper. Faith means like an unflinching trust in something sublime. Okay, it has to be like, okay, no one can assail, no one can change our stance. Okay, that is the faith we have to have. Okay, elaborates on firm faith is like a no obligation in material world. We should not expect anything from Lord. Yes, Lord knows like a what to give, when to give, how to give, whom to give. Okay, so everything like a he gives. Okay, then Krishna consciousness activities on absolute planus, no longer subject to the dualities of good and bad. In conclusion, from the faith, renunciation of material concept of life, like we have to renunciate the material concept of the life and we have to achieve the renunciation automatically, like by doing the spiritual activities. We have to understand the knowledge of the soul. We have to understand, okay, we should not do any sense gratification. We have to always like, okay, think, okay, we are not the body, we are the soul. And we have to understand, okay, everything in this material world comes from Krishna. The Krishna is like, okay, the cause of all causes. That has been explained by Lord Brahma also in the Brahma Samhita. Ishwaraha Paramaha Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Rani Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. The Sarva Karana Karanam is the cause of all causes. Like that is the Lord. Okay, so he has to be a cause of all causes. Okay, then okay, how the analogy we have to think is in the plant or like a tree, there are many branches and the root also there. We are not going to water each and every leaf of a tree. No, we will do all the watering. Like okay, it will be done on the root only. Correct. We are not going to water all the branches or all the this one. What is that? All the leaves. We will water only to the root. The similar way, if we are doing the Krishna consciousness, if we are doing the devotional service to Krishna, it means all other demigods, all other body parts like will be satisfied. This is one analogy. There would be one more analogy also. If we our body is there, correct, we are not feeding only for the energy for the hand or leg or like okay our eyes. No, we are just eating and giving the food to the stomach, and the stomach convert that food into energy to all the body parts. The similar way, if we do service to Krishna, then every other part of the body or like a other part of the plant will get the required energy. Okay, that is to be understood. The best practices like a service to the Guru and the service to Krishna. So that has to be understood. Okay. So the 40 and 41, like a Lord explains, acting in Bhakti Yoga is beneficial, and we have to be fixed in the devotional service. Okay, that is what we have to understand. So with this, like okay, we will end today's class. Any doubt or any clarifications?
Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
how to be in karma yoga or devotional yoga without aspiring for the results? Because whenever we do any work, we always think of some result from it.
Yeah, okay, fine. How
to cultivate that habit?
Yeah, okay, fine. Always we have to remember, okay, uh, when we are doing like a every day in the morning, I am not the body, I am the soul, and I am acting on the will of the Lord. Okay, so I am the servant. I am not the master. Okay, these two or three things we have to remember. One is first, I am not the body. I am the soul. Okay. Second, I am not the master. I am the servant. My real master is Krishna. My real master is Krishna. Okay. Then the third is purpose of our life. We come here for the repentance and the penance. Okay. We came separated from Krishna to enjoy independently, but we have to go back to Krishna by performing the devotional service. The devotional service is nothing but okay, we have to do the activity for Lord. If we remember these three things every day, and we have to, yeah, we have to uh, we have to study the Shastra, we have to keep on hearing, we have to engage all our senses for the service of the Lord. There is a very, very great Chantra, like we call the Amrisha Maharaj. Okay, Amrisha Maharaj, Amrisha Maharaj, okay, that we have covered in the next week. Amrisha Maharaj, like it says, what sloka that one? Savai Mana Krishna Vashamsi Vaikunta Gunanu Varnane. So his every body lives, okay, body lives, how he is engaging in devotional service. Okay, his hand is okay, offering, it is doing like an offering to the Lord. His legs like are used to go to temple. His eyes are like to have the darshan, to see the lotus form of the Lord. Okay, his ears are like hearing the glories of the Lord. his mouth is like okay, to take the prashadam and to speak about the glories of the Lord. So this is like each and every body particle we have to engage only for Krishna service. At the same time, we have to see Krishna is saying to Arjuna, you stand up and fight. As a Kshatriya, your task is like okay to fight. He is not saying okay, go and chant, do the chanting in the war field. Okay, so why? But he said, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Ityacha. So he's saying Anusmara, Smaran. You do the Smaran, then do the work. Okay. So before you start your work, okay, you are going to treat many patients, right? Before you start your work, you just think, okay, Krishna, I am the servant, I am not the body, I am the soul. Okay, I am doing this activity on the will of you, and I am going to do this, okay, so that I can get out from the material world. So that has to be our, motive, like every day. If you do that, trust me, like okay, if you start doing this like okay, every day, you will be able to make it as a practice, like okay, to do this particular thing, then you will be able to go back to the Lord. You are going, whatever you are doing, like it would be a buddhi yoga only, it would be a bhakti yoga only, it would not be a karma kanda. Correct? Karma kanda, okay, if we think, okay, I am the master, and before leaving the home also, you can pray to Lord. Lord, I am going out like to keep my family properly. So I am the servant of you. Please like protect me from all the danger. So whenever we are praying like this and we are remembering this, we will be able to do the bhakti yoga in every aspect. It is a little tough, like in the initial thing. It is little tough in the initial thing, but once you make it as a practice now for 21 days, it would be very, very easy. Like it comes automatically for us.
Okay.
The consciousness is important. Yeah, the consciousness is, and while starting the work also, like you just think, okay, Lord, I am doing your work. Like okay, I am not the master, I am the servant of you. That's all. If you think about it now, then Lord will fulfill that. Okay. There is another story also which I will tell like okay, in the next week, which I will tell next week, like a very, very important story. So that as the Ambrish Maharaj Charitra, like the two things we will see. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any other questions, Mataji and Prabhuji? If no further queries, like we can end the class. So please be safe and pray to the Lord for our welfare and for our.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thanks, Almaji. With your permission, I'll end the class and